Coming up, we're talking about the return of Prison Break, some new Futurama seasons, and we're also going to be talking about the new series Culprits and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. Let's start off talking first off about Futurama. It has been confirmed that Disney is going to be making 2 more seasons of Futurama. So last year they revealed that they were going to be making 20 new episodes. So we've already seen the first 10 of those episodes released this year as season 11 on Hulu in the US, Star Plus in North America, and on Disney Plus around the world. There's going to be another 10 episodes coming in next year. That's going to be season 12. And now these extra sort of 2 seasons are going to be seasons 13 and 14. So loads more Futurama to come. Not a huge surprise to see this happening because this new season was a big hit. It was hitting the Nielsen streaming chart. It has been trending and people have been enjoying it. And it just makes sense for them to kind of lean in much more on these kind of shows. They're constantly trending on Disney Plus, doing really well on Hulu. It just makes so much sense for Disney to continue making new episodes of Futurama. The show's been cancelled so many times, but it keeps coming back because ultimately it works. And yes, it's great to see Disney are committed to it. Slightly shorter seasons, obviously we're only 10 episodes, but I think this is really good news. I really enjoyed the last season. I've always enjoyed the show. But let us know, are you excited about more Futurama? Love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Let's now talk about the return of Prison Break, because according to Deadline, 20th Television is working on a brand new series, which is going to be created by Elgin James, who is one of the co-creators of Mayans MC, and obviously with that series coming to an end, he's free to work on a new project. Still very much into the early stages. We don't really know anything about the story. All we know is it's apparently going to be a new chapter. So, you know, maybe they set it in a different prison with some other people and stuff and kind of almost like reboot it, but maybe keep it part of the universe. I wouldn't be at all surprised then if you get maybe a cameo or 2 or something like that. But it's not a continuation. It's going to be something new. I think this is also kind of leans in on the idea of Disney focusing on established franchises that work rather than kind of taking more of a risk on something else. And yeah, I think we're going to see much more of this. How long until we get this series? Probably a while off. I imagine it's still very much in the early stages. But would you like to see more of Prison Break? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Let's now talk about a brand new British series called Culprits. And this series is going to be arriving on Disney Plus here in the UK and Ireland on the 8th of November. So only a couple of days away. It's going to be coming out on Hulu in the United States next month on the 8th of December. No word yet on when it will arrive on Disney Plus in Australia or Canada. But this series, I've got to watch the entire lot. All 8 episodes are all going to be dropping this coming week. I don't want to go into any spoilers, but they're about an hour plus each. Basically, you've got a crew that are putting together a heist, and it kind of picks up after the heist has happened, and when suddenly, one by one, they're being killed off by an assassin. And Joe, who's the main character, has to kind of goes off and tries to bring the group back together to work out what's going on. This is very brutal. It's very bloody. It doesn't pull any prisoners in terms of the violence and the action. Really good with all that. There's a lot of flashbacks going on in this show. You're kind of flashing forwards, flashing backwards, and between like now and when they were making it, but also when they were before the heist. But as you'd expect, not everything goes according to plan, but also not everything is as it seems. Different stories kind of develop a little bit as we go along through it. I would say on a whole, the show is a little bit slow in places. It feels like it was extended a little bit too much. Too many subplots that maybe weren't necessary. If it was a film, that would have been completely cut and would have been used. And obviously with a series, they do have a little bit longer to like extend out the characters' development a little bit more. But sometimes you can see them setting stuff up for later in the series so blatantly, and you can kind of see where we're going with it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I took a few days to watch all of it, and even I was getting to the end of, I think, as like at one point I binged like 4 episodes at once to kind of finish off the series. It was a little bit like, this is quite a lot all in one. There's a lot of like repeating because of the flashback scenes. You're seeing it from different points of view, but at the same time, you kind of know where it's going. But then obviously they do a little twist at the end where something's maybe not as you were expecting it. The cast is fantastic in here. Ed Izzard is fantastic in this one, but I don't want to go into his character because his is just really cool and doesn't really kind of pop up until the end. But this is a great sort of drama series. I love the Britishness of it as well. You know, it is shot differently to the American stuff. There is an international feel to it. There's some scenes that they filmed in Barcelona. There was also some scenes in France as well as in America, plus obviously a lot of it in the UK. But I really enjoyed the kind of Disney being able to kind of expand out and do these kind of shows which you maybe wouldn't necessarily associate with Disney Plus. Great stuff. I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend checking out, you know, with all the strikes and stuff, there's not going to be as much drama around. So try out these shows, especially if you're in America and stuff. Try out these British shows, give them a go, because they do work a little bit different. But at the same time, this show feels very much an international show. It works for everyone, you know, and there's a lot of it's, like I said, set in different countries and stuff. It is really good. It's not the best show ever. I'm not going to put any punches on that. I gave it like a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it. Definitely worth checking out, and I would love to see much more of this kind of stuff. It is a limited series. It is a one and done. There is just a start and an end, and that's good. I think that's sometimes the best thing. You know, when you go into the series, by the end of it, there is a start and an end. There's no extending or there's no extra things, and I think that is great with this show. But yeah, Culprits comes out this Wednesday on Disney Plus here in the UK, and again on 8th of December on Hulu in the United States. But yeah, keep it on your radar. It is really good. If you like your heists and your like drama series and stuff, like I said, it is very brutal. There's lots of murders and stuff in here, lots of deaths. I was fine with it because I think as I play a lot of video games, I've just been like desensitized to some of this stuff, but it's fine. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit brutal in places. But yeah, check out Culprits when it arrives this week. Let us know if you're going to be watching it in the comments below. With it being Monday, we did get some new content on Disney Plus today. So in the US and also in Australia and New Zealand, there was a new JFK One Day in America documentary series. So 3 episodes, all about the life and more importantly, the death of JFK from the assassination. So that's something very different. But also today, if you're in the US, there was a big surprise because 3 Home Alone films dropped onto Disney Plus. They got removed earlier this year because they went off the stars, but they've been put back onto Disney Plus, which I think is huge because Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are massive hits for Disney Plus. They get huge views around the holidays. People love to watch them, so it's great to see these ones back. They weren't announced in advance. Now, whether or not Disney did a deal with Stars to get them back, you know, kind of Stars is all over the place right now. They only just announced this past week that they're going to be closing down here in the UK and in Australia next year. So maybe things are moving around a little bit there. But yeah, so Home Alone movies are back. Now, you have got a full like amount of Home Alone films you can watch. Let's be honest, yeah, the 2 are the only ones that you really want to watch. The rest of them I wouldn't even bother wasting your time on. But yeah, the 2 main ones are back. Yeah, so definitely, for me, I love watching Home Alone. And there's definitely, for me, Christmas movies that I love to watch. So I'm looking great to see that one back on Disney Plus in the US. Obviously, internationally, it was still there. But let's know, are you going to be checking out that JFK documentary? Or are you going to be checking out Home Alone? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. In our comment of the day, which comes from Broken Bridge, he says, I think having different sections with different types of streaming content is a good idea and one Disney should be pursuing. So this is in reference, obviously, to the upcoming edition of the Hulu content onto Disney Plus. And I've been talking about like having the different hubs and stuff available, whether or not they add like a 20th television and, you know, an FX and an ABC section, and maybe adding more collections, more different areas. And I think this is something that Disney Plus in the US really needs, and I think Disney can see that Disney Plus has limitations with being kind of niche in some way, where it's just Disney shows and Marvel and Star Wars, and that Geo stuff hasn't really moved the needle, and they've got all this Hulu stuff. Put them together, you end up with what we've got internationally with Disney Plus, where you've got all these different kind of shows, documentaries, where we can talk about things like Futurama, Prison Break, and also, you know, Culprits. Whereas in the US, I just realised not a single one of those things is available yet. And this is like, yeah, because you know, that is a key difference of internationally. Disney Plus is the full suite of Disney studios from across all of the different brands. You've got reality TV in there, you've got movies, you've got shows, you've got stuff for adults, you've got stuff for different genres, different tastes. You don't have to like everything. You can enjoy different things, and that is one of the great things with Disney Plus internationally, is you have choices. You've got lots of different things to watch. And I think this is fantastic. So I can't wait for US audiences to also get a full version of Disney Plus and not kind of the kid version that we kind of had back when it initially launched. But anyway, guys, let us know what you think of all this in the comments below. Go check us out over at what's on at disneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.